Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Enigmatica 2 Expert. Now, since the last episode, I've been working on this. I moved our Void Metal Essentia smeltery. I moved it from over there, over to here. I added an additional alembic, and it has a filling Essentia transfuser. It actually probably isn't going to see much use, or probably won't see any use. Anyways, I don't know, we'll see. And then I set up another one. Another Void Metal Essentia smeltery, 2 alembics, 2 auxiliary venting ports, which we actually had one already crafted, bellows, and then 2 filling Essentia transfusers as well. And then I have been working around here. I moved this stuff over, just to there. That's going to be more of its permanent spot. I've been working on clearing this out. All those magic crystals, all the little crystals that were left, I dumped all of those and melted them down to make stuff. And then I added these tables here. They may not stay like this. I'm just playing around with an idea. And then I set up these shelves. And this has space for every possible type of Essentia. Every possible one is up here, including Mythos and Draco. Draco I don't have any of. That's the only one I didn't get any of. Because I'm going to have to get it through the research table doing alchemy to get any as a placeholder, basically. There's really no use in these two. But I have them up there anyways. So, anyways, yeah, this is every possible type of Essentia there is. If I recall correctly, there's 39 altogether that you can get. Yeah, 39. 39 different types of Essentia. So, not all of these are actually going to be used probably for anything. I think some of them, of course, will be used in the alchemy. Some of them will be used in infusion. Some of them may not have any use. I know Draco and Mythos both have 0 use whatsoever. But that's okay. I want them all. I want to collect them all. It's like Pokemon. And actually nothing gives Mythos and Draco either. Except for the crystals that you occasionally get from the research table. So, and this is all chisel and bit, astral wood, arcane stone, and then back over here, I've just kind of curved this with astral wood. Because I was trying to figure out something, some way to set these up. You know, it's 39, it's unsymmetrical, and it's a ton of jars, and I wanted them close enough that the infusion altar can access them, and this will be able to access them over here. And this will be able to send the stuff over, and with this setup, it's going to work perfect. It's going to work absolutely perfect, and we actually have no real use, at least for this setup, for mirror magic, for infusion or alchemy, either one. And then over here, we've got a bunch of Vidium building up. I've put the extra filters in right there. And this is kind of kicking away. And if we take a look here, we have 0.8 flux in this area. Like, that's as low as it'll go. It doesn't have a full point, so it's never going to go below 0.8. And anytime that I do any smelting, it brings it right back down. So this is perfect. With a single lattice on it, it's perfect. Over here, this area is at 17.2. It hasn't really done much since. And then over here, these are kind of like overflow jars. This one, I can remove that. It doesn't actually need the label on it. Basically, if these jars get filled, it'll send the Essentia into these jars. Is basically what happens. And it will prioritize jars with labels before these jars. So it actually works out really, really well. And then back here, I've tossed some aluminum up there because that's what's going to go into these. And yeah, that's what I've been working on. Is this little area, which I think it turned out pretty good. It actually took a while to get all the Essentia and everything. These shelves aren't even that elaborate, but they did take a while. I'm not going to say that they're entirely done. I'm probably going to do a little bit more with them. But right now, they serve my purpose. And it gets all these jars off the floor, which is good. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be overhauling this. You know, I've got this stuff set up in this, and of course these filling Essentia transfusers feed these jars. But now we need to take it a step further and get it set up for alchemy. And by the way, these will feed these jars. Like the ones that are at the same block line, they fill it. It's really, really cool. I didn't expect them to. I was expecting them to put transfusers on these sides and possibly these sides as well. But it didn't. It actually worked out really, really well. So I actually have extra transfusers. 2 extra ones. Because I crafted I crafted enough to do the sides and like in anticipation, and then I didn't actually need it. I had like 6, I think. So anyways, let's go ahead, and the first thing that we're going to do, we're actually going to skip forward. We're going to come back and finish the quest, but we're going to go ahead and basically finish out the Essentia transfusers, because I'd like to get this done because I need alchemical brass, and it's a pain to move the jars and all that mess. I've been having to move the jars, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I want these right here. I want the emptying Essentia transfuser. We're going to craft one right now because that's the amount of brass that I have, and then we're going to come back here in a minute and craft a second one for this thaumatorium. And actually, this can go, this can go, this can go, and those chests are going to go here in just a minute. So we're not going to keep the chests. They're ugly and I don't like them. Oh, and I need 2 pieces of Salus Mundus because I have to change one small thing. So let me grab 2 pieces of that. A lot of that, like, general purpose stuff that we use, like, all the time with Thaumcraft, like the thermometer and the book and all that stuff is going to go on shelves. Okay, so we're ready to set this up, and what I want to do first and foremost is, let's actually go ahead and pull the chest off, and do I want it to fire? I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to pull this up and pull this up, and we'll shift it to like right there instead. Put that there in our alumentum. What we're going to do is we're going to pull up this, and then we're going to place it right back down. And then same thing on the other side. Place it back down. And let's go ahead and hit this with Salus Mundus from this side. And from this side. Because I don't want them facing forward, I want them facing inwards. I do believe. Okay. There we go. And let's go ahead and set this up so that it has the recipes again. And we're going to set up mnemonic matrices this episode as well. This is kind of like a culmination of all of our Thaumcraft work coming together to make things wonderful. And basically alchemy and golemancy. Let's go ahead now and... Oh yeah, I didn't craft that thing. Let me pop over here and craft it. The transfuser. I want the emptying transfusion filter. And I don't even care. It's only 100V. There we go. Keep my quantum on. And we're going to attach this to... I will put it right here. Okay. The emptying Essentia transfuser right there on the side. And then what's going to happen is if we were to put iron in this, I should have Instrumentum. Yeah, I've got Instrumentum. And so if we were to put iron into this, let's go ahead and just toss in 32. That's fine. We give it a second. See that? It's sending the Essentia that's required to make the alchemical brass. It's sending it over wirelessly. Just like how we pull the Essentia out of the smelteries wirelessly. Now we can feel the thaumatorium, or anything for that matter that requires Essentia, can be auto-filled with this. Now, of course, the infusion altar auto-fills itself. It doesn't need this. But the thaumatorium, the golem press, which we're going to get into here in just a minute, things like that that require Essentia can be auto-fed with this. So let's go ahead. I got 16. That'll be good. And now what I want to do, now that we've got that in place, the next thing I want to do is, well, I tell you what, let's go ahead and finish out this little quest line. The auxiliary add-ons. We need to make the slurry pump, which is actually, there's a few pieces involved with it. It's not expensive, but we are going to have to make another bellows. We're going to have to get a filtered Essentia tube. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and get the stuff together to make our other transfuser as well. So that's, let's see, brass plates, iron plates, great wood, and then we really just need the bellows. It's actually not that expensive. I just wish I had an AE2 connection down there, which we're going to be doing that here soon, but it's going to be like after Thaumcraft. Because I really wanted to get into Thaumcraft, so it was kind of like a priority thing. Like, getting into Thaumcraft was a little bit more important. And I need to overhaul this power, because you can see it's really struggling with the overclockers in it. It's really bad right now. That's because this whole system is no longer plugged up. My ore processing system, I've just been stocking the ores for right now. Since I removed all the Ender IO conduits, and we're going to be changing everything over a little bit, Of course, a lot of that I'm going to be doing off camera. I'm not going to make you guys watch me set up an item transfer system for that area for a third time. But whenever we get back into tech, I'm going to be getting back into that. So I need to put some more crystals in this. This is actually the last of my Aqua V crystals. Like, I'm going to have to go out and collect some crystals because I'm getting low on that stuff. We've steadily eaten through them just through Thaumcraft. And, of course, making arcane stone and all that stuff. Okay, so there's another transfuser, and then I want the slurry thing. We need to make the bellows. And then we need to make the auxiliary slurry pump. I need to set up an armor stand for, like, quick swapping. But okay, so there's quest complete auxiliary add-ons. Let's go ahead and grab our loot chest. There we go. And if we give it a second here, we should get another quest complete. The transfusers. Detect it. There we go. Essentia, transfusers. And we'll grab another loot chest. Yay. Like, we're just about done with some Thaumcraft. Oh, the void jar. I guess I should make one of these. I'm not going to use it right now. I don't really have any particular use for it at the moment. But, I guess I should make one of these. Like, it's not even difficult to make. Like, it's literally take a water jar and put it in here and get a void jar for 1 Perdito crystal. But, it's just not something that's been on the top of my priority list. Go. There we go. Loot chest. Numero 3. There we go. We only have 4 quests left in here. And they're all really easy quests, too. Oh, and this slurry pump, I'm not going to use... I don't have any use for this at the moment, so... okay, so first up, our loot chest. We got 8 grilled cheese. Next up, we got an advanced solar generator. That's actually pretty powerful. We're probably not going to use that, though. And then we got 2 mending moss. Because in the next couple episodes... By the way, I did farm up some zombies. So, I did get some stuff. Some stuff from them because I was so bad on rotten flesh. And we may possibly need some rotten flesh today. So, I did farm up some zombies. Okay, so this emptying Essentia transfuser, let's go ahead and just put it there. And both of these are able to run now. So, for example, if I tossed in, you know, a piece of iron to this... There we go. You can see it's getting Percantio. Are we out of Percantio? Is that really... Are we really? Probably, actually. Yeah, we're completely out of Percantio. Awesome. So what we can do is we can take these, we can toss them into here, and you can see it run. So, well, it's actually probably going to be a minute before we get Percantio, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be a second before we get any Percantio. Oh, there we go. Never mind. There is Terra. Yay. By the way, the 2 Alembics, they don't make it. I mean, it's still only processing Percantio right now. Of course, Alumentum would make the whole process a little bit faster, so we are going to be switching to that. I was just kind of waiting until we got all this stuff set up. Okay, so anyways, we made our piece of thaumium, and this is working great. Wonderful. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to handle item collection. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up... Do I just want to put it back here? Yeah, right back here. I'm just going to pull this up. And then we'll just put that down there. And what I want to do is I want to craft something that is amazing. We're going to make ourselves our very first ender chests. Right here from Ender Storage. And I'm missing, of course, that. I'll grab a stack of Eyes of Ender. I'm going to need to get all that stuff plugged up too. Like, we've just been doing so much magic. Whenever we switch back over to tech, I'm going to work on some of that stuff. So, some of this item transfer type stuff. There's 2 ender chests, and then I need the actual, like, the ender storage ender chests. That, I'm going to need more withering dust. That's fine. We can get that. There we go. And ender chests. 2 of those. And we're going to just leave it as the white, white, white line. Let's get ourselves 2 diamonds. And then I'm also going to want... Let's see. Let's get an iron bar. Get one of these anvils over here. Oh, we're going to want a cauldron. And then I'm going to want piston. Which I've been replicating these. We're going to automate the replication. I've just been kind of replicating them whenever I think about it, basically. And then we're also going to want to get ourselves... And I think I have some of these crafted up somewhere, I think. But I want to get a stone table. And this is, of course, for the golem press. We're going to go ahead and set that up. Oh, and you know what? Which actually I think I've got everything on me for it. I'm going to want another Essentia collector thingamajig. So, let's see. Let's get the transfuser. I want this. One of those. And then we're also going to need a piece of Salus Mundus. And we are about to get into golems, which is exciting stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and toss down a white ender chest. Well, let me actually put both of these down first and diamond lock them. Which, locking to diamond means that only you can access it. Since we're on a server and everything, nobody else is going to be able to access our ender chests. And then we're going to set up our golem press. And I'm going to put this setting... The main Essentia that I need to worry about is Machina. That's really the only one. So I'm going to put this setting... I'll tell you what, I think we're going to put it in over there. Because you walk in here, you got the whole like flux system and the overflow jars, which I am going to probably let some of these jars fill up and then store them on shelves, I think. I think it would look kind of nice. But then over here on the left, we'll have the little golem corner for making golems, basically. And so what we're going to do, we're going to take and... I'm going to have to look at the thing here, the golem press. We need to build this. Stone table, anvil, piston. So we'll go... If I had it setting right there, that's not too bad. Stone table, anvil, piston, cauldron. Iron bar goes on the piston. Take our Salus Mundus and just right-click it. And we'll give it a second here, and phew, there we go. There is our golem press. By the way, these glowing mushrooms, I think they're going to have to go, because they grow on everything, and they spread, and they keep growing on top of the glass, and they're like floating above the glass, and it's driving me insane. Alright, but anyways, that is our golem press. I love the way this thing looks. What we're going to do is, actually I've got one on me. We're going to do an Essentia tube. Because we can actually do the Essentia tube coming out right there and then put that right there. And the Essentia tube will connect to it. And basically whenever this requests Essentia, it'll pull from those jars, which it'll pull the Machina. Okay. So now, we've already unlocked all the golem stuff. We're going to go ahead and open this up. And, hey, this is actually the one I built in my test world. It's crazy that that actually carried over. But you can tab through these. Like if you want to pick like a different material, you can tab through that. And it's going to decide, it's going to denote like what material you're going to make the golem out of. We're going to make it out of void metal because we can, and void metal, I mean, it's a pretty good, pretty sturdy golem. Plus, if it does take damage, it gets faster auto heal, which is kind of nice. Right here, you can do, these are add-ons. So at best, you can do nothing. You can do armor plating, so they're more durable. You can do aggression module, so they can engage in combat. And then you can do a carry frame that allows it to carry 2 stacks of items instead of 1. We're going to do the carry frame. We don't actually need the carry frame, but whatever. We can. I mean, I guess technically it might come into use. Over here, you get to pick the head that you want on it. Honestly, we could just have a standard golem with no add-ons if we wanted to, and it would be cheaper, but I don't really mind the cost. I want him to look kind of cool. We're going to do the armored smart head. It has additional armor, and it's a smart head. Standard smart head, basically, it gives it greater capabilities and the ability to learn. And I'll show you here in a minute. Whenever you do the seals, sometimes certain requirements for parts are there. What we're going to be setting up has no requirements. The only thing is we can't have a clumsy golem is the only thing. But then there's the default head. Then there's a biothalmic head that has biothalmic eyes and brain. And then there's the perceptive head that has the biothalmic eyes, and it basically increases the radius. And you could tab over here. These are all like the little buffs that it's going to get, and you can tab over and see what they're going to do. For the arms, we're going to go with basic arms. I really wanted to go with the claw arms, but it gives it clumsy, and we can't use clumsy. I really wanted him to have like little claw arms, but we can't use that. And there's breakers. There's dart launchers for like ranged attacks. But we're going to go with just standard arms. We just want basic golem arms. And then you get to pick your legs or leg slot. Okay, so you got basic legs. You have a uni wheel. They can't jump and they can't go up steep hills, but they're a lot faster. And that's what we're going to go with as a uni wheel. There's also the climbing legs that allows them to climb up walls and stuff. There's levitation so they can fly around, which is kind of cool. We're going to be using some of these later on, but not today. And then there's the basic legs. But like I said, we're going to go with the uni wheel. And so altogether, our golem is going to be wheeled, so he gets a lot higher speed. He's smart. Hauler, he can carry up to 2 stacks of items, and he gets improved self-repair. So he repairs any damage suffered at more than double the normal rate. And then over here you can see everything that's going to be required of us. Oh man, again? I swear. It is always these guys. But like right now we get a lot of like negative effects from Thaumcraft, so I want to make sure that he's durable and has like good self-repair and stuff because of situations like this. Now, I don't think these guys will directly attack the golem like on purpose, but you know, it's one of those things that can happen. So this is actually pretty good for dealing with these guys and not being exposed to their warping attacks. There we go. Anyways, back to what we were doing. We are going to need to get ourselves 20 some odd Machina. We only have 1, so I'm gonna have to make some Machina Essentia, which is fine. I think no, Essentia tubes don't have it. We're also gonna need 3 void metal plates. We're gonna need 2 simple arcane mechanisms, 2 bowls, 2 leather, a biothalmic mind, a brass plate, white wool, and a chest. And you can see it has X's on the stuff that we don't currently have. Okay, so I'm going to go get 2 leather, 2 bowls, and white wool. First and foremost. And I'm going to go ahead and make the void metal plates that we need. And you have to have all this stuff in your inventory, by the way. So just bear that in mind. The Machina, Machina comes from machines. And I think what we're going to go with to get this. Levers have Machina. They're a pretty good source of Machina. And we also get some Potentia, Urba, and Terra, which is always good. And then we need to take a look at the Biothalmic Mind. It's a complex arcane mechanism. And then we're going to need a zombie brain. And this is infusion with 50 Cognito, 25 Machina. Awesome. Okay. Well, let's pop down. I'm going to get a bunch of Machina going. I've got 40 levers. I'm going to run every bit of them. We're going to get Terra and Urba. Which that's Urba, that's Terra. That's probably going to fill up. But I could throw down another jar, that's fine. And I'll tell you what, where we're at right now, let's go ahead. We should be fine to just run this with aluminum. And I'm actually going to split this off. We'll do 20 in here. And we'll do 20 in there. And it's going to make this whole process a bit faster. It's going to make the distilling process and everything a bit faster. Okay, so Machina is building up. We are also going to need Cognito for the Biothalmic Mind. And what else? What all else do we need? We need the Biothalmic Mind. We need 3 void metal plates. I only made 2. We need 2 simple arcane mechanisms. Okay, well we're going to have to make a bunch of arcane mechanisms anyways. And then Cognito. I'm pretty sure it comes from paper steel, right? That's how I used to always do it, was paper. Yeah, Cognito and Bestia and the armor one. Which is actually pretty good because we're going to need the armor one later anyways. So, okay, we've got 86 Cognito in there. So we should be good to make the Biothalmic Mind. Now, bear in mind you don't actually even need this. I could have not even done this and been fine. Oh, and we need a Clockwork Mind as well, which is another simple arcane mechanism. Okay, Biothalmic Mind. Here we go. Complex arcane mechanism, check. Zombie brain, check. The Clockwork Mind, we need to make this. There's that. And then we're going to need this. There's that. Okay. And then I can just toss down... Biothalmic Mind is the Clockwork Mind in the middle. And then we need the Zombie Brain. And the Complex Arcane thing. And... hit it. Go. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, I need to make a new spell for that. For that very purpose. I can't even like get close to the runic matrix at the moment. Okay, it's stable. It's pulling incognito at the moment. Stable, very stable. I don't think there's going to be anything in the pack. We've got slowness 2. That's what that gives, is slowness 2. I don't think there's anything within the pack that will ever bring this below stable, unstable. There we go. There is our biothalmic mind. Thaumcraft is so much easier now with like everything set up. Like, you know, I don't have to move jars and do all that. I don't have to do none of that. It's just way easier now. Okay, and we should be ready to craft this. So we're just going to hit craft. It's going to pull all the stuff out of our inventory. It's going to empty out our inventory for us. All nice like. And we'll give it just a minute here. I don't know if this is going to count for quest progress. That's the only thing. There's our golem. And because there is a quest down here for the golems, it wants us to get a great wood golem. Just a great wood golem. Like, plain and simple. Okay. That's a bummer that it doesn't count. That means I'm going to have to make another golem real quick. Nothing but great wood on it. That's fine, because I'm sure we'll eventually use it. I just want the clockwork head, basic arms, basic legs. That's what he's going to take. Oh, wait. Great wood. Okay. I need 2 simple arcane mechanisms and a clockwork mind. So I need 3 simple arcane mechanisms. Awesome. Well, I'll do that in just a second. Anyways, we got our golem. And so we're going to go ahead, well, actually, before we put him down, let's go ahead and make, I want 2 blank seals, and I want a golemancer's bale. Oh, wait, it counted. Aha! Never mind. We don't need this garbage golem anymore. I would have been able to use it, because it's a basic golem, you know, but I'm glad it did count that. That's awesome. Okay, so we want blank seals, 2 of these. They are magic tallow. We actually get 3 per craft. Clay, nitor, and red dye. And that stuff should be pretty easy to craft. I think it's shapeless. So we'll go ahead and just toss this stuff into there. There's our 3 blank seals. And then we're also going to want the golemancer's bale. This is like the tool for golemancy. Oh. And a treated stick. Okay, well. Wait a second. I can get those. I mean, it's not a problem, but... And I've actually got 2 rock crystals on, like, in there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those, and then let me pop out... I need to gather some of these anyways, because I use them for Britannia. I mean, I've been gathering them, like, here and there. Okay, I found some pretty bad ones. I really, really did. I mean, some of those that I found were good, but I picked out some really bad ones for this. So we've got purity of 19%, 39%, 51%, and 10%. Like, absolutely horrible purities. There is our golemancer's bale. And that's the only one we'll ever have to make. We won't ever have to make any more of those. And I guess I didn't have to craft in the arcane workbench either. Okay, so now... There we go. Quest complete. Golems. And we'll get our loot chest. Oof. We don't have many quests left. Let's take this. Let's pop it. What did we get? We got 8 random animals from Enigmatica. That's actually kind of nice. I was going to have to make some of these eventually anyways. You can make them right here with eggs and magic beans, with liquid meat or liquid DNA. We actually have the Enigmatica mobs turned off at the moment, because they are laggy little beasts. But eventually for in-game we are going to need these. So that's how we're going to get them, is with the random animal spawns. So. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to take and we're going to set down our golem like right here. He's going to sit right there, and he's going to start regenerating his health because he starts out kind of low. And you may have noticed, if I grab this, shift right click to grab him, you can see he's a rank 0. That's remembered anytime that you pick him up, so you don't have to worry about him losing it. But what that rank is, it goes up to, I believe it's 10. And basically it's like experience. And whenever they rank up, they get better at what they do. So, for example, it's really effective whenever you have like a golem that does like combat, you know, maybe for like a mob farm or something like that, which I'm actually considering. We're probably going to use golems for a mob farm, because I'm thinking golems up along with dart launchers would be kind of cool, you know, or something like that. We are going to use some golems, I think, for a mob farm here somewhat soon. So, But anyways, we're going to drop him down, and then he's just going to hang out. He's not going to do anything at all, because we haven't specified anything for him to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our blank seals, and I want to make, I think it's store, collect, and store. I want to make control seals for that. And so let's take a look here. The collect seal, there's also upgraded versions. Basically, it adds more filters. I'm not going to be filtering, so I'm not too worried about that. Collect, we need 10 deciderium. Yeah, it's 10 of that is what we're going to need. Let's go ahead and cancel that recipe for just a minute. We're going to make mnemonic matrices here in just a second. Okay, I want to make collect. I should have enough of this in there. There we go. And then I want to make store, which takes that attack Essentia, like damage Essentia. And there we go. See how much easier Thaumcraft is once you get the alchemy stuff done? It's like, it's simple, super simple. And let's go ahead and reselect that, so it's locked in. And there, it looks like there's actually Percantio in there. Really? I want to go ahead and get that Percantio out, I guess. There we go. Okay, so anyways, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our collect seal, and we're going to put it right between these two thaumatoriums. Just right-click. There we go. And if you hold your golemancer's bell, you can actually see it. Or if you hold another seal or a golem, I think also does it. You'll be able to see it. And then we're going to take our store seal, and we're going to take it and just right-click it onto the top of the ender chest. Oh, put it on the front. That's fine. That's fine too. But anyways, we've got a collect seal down right here. So if we were to take, and we threw down a piece of thaumium right there, and we give the golem a second to kind of register, there we go. He grabs it, and he takes off with it and dumps it into this ender chest. Our white, diamond-lined ender chest. And then we can actually set this a little bit bigger. I mean, it's actually big enough. I'm going to actually decrease, and it's going to cover this little area right here, because it's going to chuck the items out the front. They're probably going to land right here or right here. And then this one's going to shoot them right here or right here. But it's going to be within this area. So I think that should be good. And then we're going to go ahead and say, honestly, I could probably do like that. And so it only collects the items right in here. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. And then if I was to come over here and I was to throw in, say, some iron into this, let's give it a second, let's watch it run. I'm going to have to make a... There we go, he tosses it. And he's off to grab it. There we go. And if I'm running two different things in this, he should be able to pick up both things. And then all I have to do is take this ender chest and set it up. I mean, I could set it up in the AE2 area and just have it auto dump it into our AE2 system. So whenever we make something, we don't even have to go back down there to get it. It's sent up here. So we'll put it down, for right now, we'll put it like right here. Okay. Now, probably next episode, we're going to be working on some AE2 stuff. And maybe, it might be next episode or it might be the following episode. I don't know if we'll do power first or AE2 first. I'm not for sure. But whenever we do, we're going to have this chest input into the AE2 system. We will be getting into that here soon. Okay, so now that we've got our golem collection system done, the next thing that I want to do is, by the way, can we go ahead and make a certain flower from Botania? Okay, and really quickly, we're going to do mnemonic matrices here in just a second before we wrap up, but one thing I do want to make just really fast is, let's get ourselves some pasture seeds. Let's do, well, actually, we'll go ahead and do this. Glimmering red flower, dirt, pasture seed. Get ourselves a floating flower, and then, what did I do with my petal apothecary? Let's go ahead and toss 2 brown, red, blue, redstone root, seed. There we go. There's our Solignolia. And we'll go ahead and put it on there. Floating Solignolia. And what the Solignolia does is it prevents ring of magnetization from working with stuff in an area. Now there is a mod in the pack that was added not too long ago, Demagnetize. And you have the Demagnetizer and the Advanced Demagnetizer. They do the same thing. They work with magnets and they stop them from working. They're very cheap to craft. But they're ugly. I think. I think. So, and they can be filtered and all of that stuff. But, I don't know, I just think they're kind of ugly. So I don't really want to use them. To be perfectly honest. Like, they're just like blocks. Whereas, Solagnolia is pretty. So we're gonna keep the Solagnolia. Okay, so that way I can hang out in this room and not pull the stuff in from the thaumatoriums. Only my little golem will be, you know, getting that stuff. Okay, so now that that stuff's in place, let's go ahead and make ourselves some mnemonic matrices. They're very cheap. They're just amber, iron plates, and clockwork mines. I am going to have to make some of these clockwork mines up, but that's not too bad. Alright, so our mnemonic matrices, 2 of those. And there we go, quest complete. And we literally have 2 quests left. And they're both really, really easy. Like stuff that I might do between episodes. Like Thaumium Armor, Void Armor. And we'll go ahead and get our loot chest. There we go. And let's see what we got. What did we get? We got 8 ice creams. Okay. Alright. And let's go ahead actually and grab some void seeds. We'll grab like 32 of them. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our mnemonic matrices. And basically these thaumatoriums, they can only hold 1 recipe, right? Well, if we attach mnemonic matrices to them, they get 2 additional recipes per mnemonic matrix. And you can put these on any of these little slots. Of course, we've got an emptying Essentia transfuser right there, taking up 1 slot. You can't put it on the front. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots. Seriously, again? Oh my gosh, there's so many of them too. Like, I get this all the time. We're gonna be dealing with warp. First thing next episode, just really, really briefly, and then we'll get into some other stuff. Okay. So anyways, back to what we were doing. Now we've got additional recipes. You can see 1 out of 3 on both of these. I guess we'll do it in this left-hand one, maybe. Make alchemical brass and void seeds. Yeah, we'll do that. So, void seeds make void metal ingots. We'll go ahead and select that recipe. And you can see that it's getting the stuff for that. It's going to kind of swap back and forth between these. But there we go. There's a piece of void metal, and our golem grabs it. And takes it to our chest. There we go. And so if I want to make up a bunch of void metal, it takes metallum and... which I actually have a bunch of that. Metallum, I've got a full jar. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to toss 31 in there. And it's going to start running. Because this is like nearly full of vidium already. So, now we can really easily make void metal. Because I was actually starting to get low on it. Because, you know, we've been crafting and using our void metal. I have 4 ingots left. Now I can craft up a bunch, and I can make that void metal armor. Which I want to make the void thaumaturge stuff at some point. I mean, it's just infusion, which is easy. But I am going to make this stuff, and we're going to use the void armor and upgrade it, basically. I love this little golem guy. Like, he's just working away. Like, here he goes. Meow. And he goes, and I love the little uni wheel that he's got. He just looks really cool with it. Okay, I guess we might as well go ahead and craft this up, because we can. Oh, because I need to craft this for the quest, and then I've got to do the fortress armor, which I'm probably just, it's basically just crafting, sticking stuff on the infusion altar. This stuff, see, it's minor instability. It's just thaumium plates, gold, leather, and a little bit of Essentia. More than anything, they're just a time sink, really. And there is our legs. There we go. And quest complete. There we go. Void armor. And we'll go ahead and turn that in. And we got brewing stand. Okay. And this stuff still doesn't look cool, does it? It used to look really ugly. Just like a big like glob on you. Yep. And still really ugly armor. Okay. So there we go. And we only have 1 quest left in Thaumcraft. So I'll work on that. I'll probably do it... I'll probably bring you guys back for like the last piece or, you know, something. But I'll craft a couple of the pieces off camera and then set everything up for the last one and bring you guys back for the last one. That way we don't finish the Thaumcraft, the entire Thaumcraft tab without you guys. So, but we'll do that next episode, and then we'll briefly get into purifying bath salts, start cleaning up some of our flux. It is a little bit expensive. I don't know that we'll get all of it cleaned up, but we'll work on that at least. And then we'll switch back to some tech. Because honestly, as far as Thaumcraft goes, we've done most everything that we set out to do. As far as like just going through the basics of Thaumcraft, there is some other Thaumcraft stuff that we're going to do, like some golem related stuff. I'm going to make some more spells. And I also want to do some little crystal farms for things like Percantio and stuff. Stuff that is actually kind of a pain to get otherwise. I mean, those arcane tables actually aren't bad. We've got quite a bit of Percantio, but it's kind of a nuisance. And we need it for making Thaumium. But for like most of Thaumcraft, we have came, we saw, we conquered, and honestly, we've got Thaumcraft at a point that it's easy going here on out. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys next time.